Once upon a time, there was a girl named Isha who loved the sky. From her bedroom window, she could see the endless expanse of blue, dotted with fluffy white clouds. But to her, the clouds were more than just part of the sky. They were a mystery, something magical. She would often spend hours lying in the grass, gazing up at them and imagining what it would be like to soar among them. One warm afternoon, after school, Aisha ran to the backyard to escape the heat. She lay down in the cool grass and looked up at the sky, her thoughts drifting with the clouds. Today, they seemed especially fluffy and bright, floating lazily in the sunshine. She closed her eyes, smiling to herself, and whispered, "I wish I could ride the clouds." Just then, something strange happened. A soft glow appeared on the horizon. It shimmered like morning dew, growing brighter and moving toward her. Isha sat up quickly, rubbing her eyes in disbelief. The glowing light was coming from a cloud that had broken away from the rest. It was floating lower than the others, descending, slowly toward her backyard. The cloud hovered just above the ground, glowing like a gentle lantern. Then, to Aisha's astonishment, a figure stepped out of it. A misty, silvery shape with sparkling eyes and a cloak made of wind and light. "Hello, Aisha," said the figure in a voice that sounded like a breeze through the trees. "I'm Cirrus, a cloud spirit." Isha's eyes widened. "You know my name?" Cirrus smiled. "Of course. The sky remembers those who love it, and I know you've always dreamed of flying among the clouds." Isha could barely speak. "Is this real?" "It's real," Cirrus said with a gentle nod. "Would you like to ride the clouds, Isha?" "Yes," she gasped. "More than anything." "Then take my hand," Cirrus offered. As soon as Isha took his hand, the wind wrapped around her like a hug, and her feet lifted off the ground. The glowing cloud beneath them rose into the air, soft and springy like a giant pillow. Aisha giggled with delight as the ground shrank below them and the treetops blurred into a sea of green. They soared higher and higher until they reached the cloud tops. The air was cool and fresh. Aisha could see far into the distance, hills, rivers, villages, all so tiny below. Birds flew past them, surprised but not afraid. The sun painted the clouds with hues of pink and gold. "This is amazing," she whispered. "Welcome to the Skyway," said Cirrus. "Not many people get to see this view. Only true dreamers." They glided through the sky as Cirrus pointed out the different types of clouds. Wispy cirrus clouds like feathers, thick cumulus clouds like castles, and tall cumulonimbus clouds that rumbled with far-off thunder. "Every cloud has a purpose," he said. "Some carry rain, some bring shade, and some are just for beauty. But all of them carry dreams." "Dreams?" Aisha asked. "Yes," Cirrus said. "Every wish whispered to the sky rides on the wind and finds a home in the clouds." Isha's heart swelled with wonder. "That's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard." But just as she was beginning to feel completely at home in the sky, Cirrus turned serious. He pointed toward the horizon where a thick wall of dark clouds loomed. Lightning flashed within them and the wind grew stronger. "That," Cirrus said, "is the storm of doubt." The cloud they were riding trembled a little under Aisha. "What is it?" she asked. "It forms whenever people stop believing in magic and dreams," Cirrus said. "The more they doubt, the stronger the storm becomes. Lately, it's been growing faster. People are too busy to look at the sky. They stop wondering. They stop believing." Aisha looked at the swirling mass of dark clouds. "It looks so angry." "It is," said Cirrus. "But it can still be calmed." "How?" Aisha asked. "With belief," Cirrus replied. "Only someone who still believes in the wonder of the sky can help tame it." Aisha hesitated. "Me? I'm just a girl." "You're a cloud rider now," said Cirrus with a smile. "And you have more power than you know." Aisha took a deep breath. "Okay, I'll try." The wind howled as they approached the storm. The cloud beneath them grew colder. Rain droplets danced in the air like tiny sparks. Aisha held tight to Cirrus's hand, feeling nervous but determined. "Speak to the storm," Cirrus said. "Let it hear your heart." Aisha looked up at the swirling darkness above. Thunder boomed around her, but she stood tall. "I believe in the sky," she called. "I believe in clouds and dreams and flying free. I believe in magic." Her voice echoed into the storm. For a moment, nothing changed. Then, a soft light broke through the clouds. The wind began to slow. The dark swirls unraveled into softer, whiter strands. The lightning faded, and the clouds parted, revealing a calm, glowing sky beyond. "You did it," Cirrus whispered. Isha's eyes sparkled. "Really?" "The storm has heard you. You reminded the sky that not all hope is lost." They floated into the golden light, the air calm and warm once more. The sky was peaceful, scattered with gentle clouds glowing like lanterns in the evening. Sun. As they descended toward Aisha's home, she felt a mix of joy and sadness. She didn't want the ride to end, but she was grateful for the journey. The cloud touched down gently in her backyard. Cirrus turned to her with a proud smile. "You'll always be a cloud rider," he said. "Whenever you need us, look to the sky and believe." Aisha hugged him tightly. "Thank you, Cirrus. I'll never stop dreaming." With a final shimmer, Cirrus vanished into the breeze, and the glowing cloud drifted back into the sky. Isha stood. In the grass, the stars beginning to twinkle above her. She looked up and smiled, knowing that her dreams were no longer grounded. She had ridden the clouds, and the sky would always be her friend. The end.